Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are on our way to Power Plant Mall to watch the movie Avatar 2, Way of the Water. But before anything else, we're gonna grab something to eat because we are hungry, and later in the video we're gonna give you guys a spoiler review. But before anything else, don't forget to give this video a like, a share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section. What are you drinking?
What's it? Tea? What kind of
It's
tea?
pandan iced tea. Roti canai.
One avatar later.
Hi guys, so we just finished watching Avatar 2, The Way of the Water, and we're gonna give you guys a spoiler review.
One flight to America later.
Like, it took us a while to do a spoiler review because we have to travel all the way from the Philippines, and now we are back in New York City. And well, before everything else, I'd like to let you know we also have a non-spoiler review on his channel when we were in the Philippines, when we watched it fresh from the movie theater. And he was saying oh, we're not gonna do a spoiler review right now, it's just...
Well, it wasn't even out in the States when we did that.
Yeah, how many days are we ahead from the US when we watched the movie?
Probably just like a day.
A day or two, I think. Because the Philippines is 13 hours ahead of New York City when it comes to the time. That's why. So now this is the spoiler review. So, well, here's the thing. I'm okay with it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. It's not like the first Avatar movie where I enjoy it a lot because it's an experience. This one, I don't know. It doesn't have the big battles that I wanted it to have. And for some reason, the movie theater we watch it into, it's not very high definition. It's a bad... I'm not saying bad movie theater, but I get what I paid for. We only paid for $13, I believe, for two tickets. And then the movie's not very clear. It's like watching bootleg for me. That's how... I don't know.
Yeah, we had a disagreement about this, but
I'm a little spoiled with AMC theaters.
I thought it looked okay. Like the screen was a little smaller than I had hoped, but we weren't paying for a premium format, and I did briefly consider seeing this in a premium format, but it's just, to me, it's not worth seeing again.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't really feel like paying extra to see this in IMAX, even though
Base...
some people are saying that's the way to see it, is in IMAX 3D or...
Yeah, based on the story alone, I don't know. I remember I mentioned it in your video, just save your money, I guess. Especially for the holidays and the New Year's. Just save your money and just wait for it on YouTube for rent or something like that. Or if they're gonna release it on Netflix or Disney, just wait for that. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Story-wise, it's not like the first Avatar. It's an experience. This one, it's just okay performance.
Yeah. So, and since we're talking about spoilers now, I try. It's been a little bit since I saw the film too, so I have to try to think of it. I remember talking before about it's a lot of kids in peril. From the beginning of the film with the two brothers being in peril, but then it happens again and again and again in the movie, to a point where at the end where the older brother dies, right? Before that happened, I was starting to think if nobody dies in this movie, there's just going to be no stakes.
Yeah.
like somebody, they can't keep putting characters in peril like this, having the kids get kidnapped or held hostage and not have any consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of did feel like they killed off the character with the least development and the least attention.
Yeah.
I think because I even struggled to think of moments that the brother had other than like him being told that you were supposed to look after your younger brother, and that was it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because the younger brother did get like this sort of story with the outcast whale and then that girl, and he had a little bit more going for him, whereas the older brother really didn't have anything. And especially since they're, you know, it seems like they're so close in age, like you can't really, it's hard to tell them apart as
Yeah.
well. It's kind of, it felt like they were just trimming the cast at that point. Like, let's get rid of this character nobody probably cares about at this point.
Yeah. And what's up? I remember I was telling him as well. Like, what's up with this human kid? Like, I feel like the story's gonna go fine without the human kid, but for some reason they just use him to, like, be a translator for the main villain. Because it turns out like it's the main villain's kid, but for some reason we didn't see that from the beginning.
Well, he wasn't in the first movie.
Yeah. No,
I
but
mean,
like,
it's a little bit retconned in, but I mean, I guess it's not like we saw everything and all the people that were living there in the first movie. Um, so I guess he had a kid that was just off screen.
yeah, even Sigourney Weaver had a kid.
That's even more unexplained because
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things I mentioned. Like, I felt like I don't remember the first movie as well. So they had Sigourney Weaver's character, and suddenly she has a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like I didn't even realize they kept her like avatar body, because I know that I do remember vaguely that she got injured and was going to die, and they tried transferring her to her
Consciousness.
consciousness to the avatar body, like they do with
The Navi
Jake
body.
at the end
Yeah.
of the movie, but it didn't work.
Because she's not healthy
But I
enough.
guess the avatar body was still living, and they
Mm-hmm.
just kept it alive, and it somehow got pregnant and had a baby.
Yeah.
That's one of the things you missed in the introduction. Was that at the very first like 5 minutes in the movie, there's a quick like not a recap, but sort of like telling you what has happened since the first movie
Mm-hmm.
of him saying, "Oh," and then like he had a kid, and it shows some scenes of that, and we adopted another kid because Sigourney Weaver's avatar got pregnant, and I don't even remember the character's name. I keep saying Sigourney Weaver because I don't remember. Oh, and did you notice? I didn't notice. Sigourney Weaver played that character. The
No, I
younger
didn't know
character.
that. I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that. Apparently, some people thought it was very noticeable because of the voice. I didn't notice.
I didn't notice. The only thing I know is that I'm a little underwhelmed with this movie. Especially like it's supposed to be like a visual, how can I say, a visual experience, but I was watching it in I hate to say it, a crappy movie theater. So it's not very clear, and like I didn't get the visual experience as well. Like I'm disappointed from the beginning. And I'm underwhelmed with the story as well. It's not like the first one where it's an actual experience and like I don't know, like your imagination is awakened or something like that. In here, I don't know, it's a different story. And I remember what you said to me as well. You're saying something about, oh, this is gonna be in the future, but for some reason, like all the villains are white.
Oh yeah, I did find that like all the humans seem to be lighter skinned.
No, they're white, not lighter skin. It's a different. You can just say it. It's basic. It's true what they say. It's basically Pocahontas in space. The story. Well, there's an element of like environmentalism and all of that.
I wouldn't say like even an element. That's the main theme.
Yeah, that's the main theme of the story. And then I remember like they went to Pandora just to extract this goo to extend their life from this whale.
Yeah, and so like I did hear like some people complaining about how like in the first movie was all about mining this material, unobtainium, which is supposedly so important, and that it's not even mentioned in this
anymore.
movie.
Yeah,
I mean, they do mention mining operations, but at no point in this movie did they say unobtainium. Now it's all about this
brain goo,
which I don't even remember what they called it.
To prolong someone's life or something.
Well, not even prolong, as they say, it stops human aging. Just stops it.
That doesn't mean it's gonna make you immortal. Like, I guess you can still die, but it will stop you from aging.
Yeah, and it's not really clear exactly what is up with Earth. Because I think at one point there's an offhand line where they say that Earth is dying, but they don't bring it up again. And it's not very clear in this movie. I know at some point, if they do make all the sequels, there's apparently some sequence where they some of the Na'vi go to Earth.
Yeah, I feel like, especially the battle scene. Like, I feel like there's supposed to be like a much bigger battle scene than this one, but I feel like they're saving it for the sequel. It's not like the first one. Like, it's a big battle scene and it's an experience and it's an awesome experience.
And one thing I haven't seen explained by anybody is what happened, and this is something you brought up, but I didn't even realize that what happened to all the Na'vi at the end in the battle.
Yeah.
The end battle. They kind of all disappear.
Yeah.
Like there's after basically there's a big explosion, the boat flips over. Or not even before it flips over. It's just after it kind of runs aground and there's that big explosion. Suddenly all the rest of the Na'vi disappear. And it does feel like there's at least a missing scene where they tell Jake that they're going back home or something. It doesn't really seem clear.
They just wanted to make this scene for like Sigourney Weaver's character to have a spirit bending moment.
Well, no, I think it definitely makes sense in terms of narrative structure that they wanted to focus the ending on the personal conflict between Jake and what's his name, the Colonel or whatever. That makes sense. That they wanted to kind of, for the ultimate climax of the movie, to focus on the smaller personal conflict. It just doesn't make sense to what happened with all the other characters, because they were there and you had that big scene where they all attacked, but then they kind of disappeared. And they're obviously not all dead because they show up at the very end. So that's something I haven't seen an explanation for. I don't know if you've looked online about what people have been saying about it, but I haven't seen any explanation for what happened to them. And it does feel like there's some missing stuff, which is kind of crazy in a movie that's already 3 hours long, that you would have something that seems crucial to the plot of the movie just get cut out.
It's weird when you say it's a 3 hour long movie. It doesn't feel like 3 hours to me when I was watching it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like some movies where like it felt like just this is way too long and keeps dragging on and on.
Like, for some reason, like with all the story, like I feel like it feels like a 2 hour movie, but he said it's a 3 hour movie, and it's weird to me.
And so what do you think is going on with I can't remember her character's name, but Sigourney Weaver's character?
I don't know. I feel like in the future they're gonna turn her into Gaia.
So I've seen theories of like saying that it's so like
she's gonna go
I
back
guess
to
the
Earth.
planet is called like Iway or something
Awa,
like that.
it's Awa.
Awa. That she's basically Awa. Like born like when
the physical manifestation,
because she was connected to the tree, and the tree is connected to the planet, and basically the planet is a living thing, and it's kind of put its consciousness into.
But yeah, I feel like in the future she's gonna go back to Earth and she's gonna give her life to Earth and become Gaia itself. I don't know. That's how I feel like. That's how I feel like.
But I could see something to that, where that you have some sort of connection to Earth, and then you bring up the idea of like these planets as being living things, and Earth is one that's either dead or dying. I don't know if that'll be the main focus though, and it does seem like we're pretty sure we're gonna get Avatar 3 at this point.
Yeah.
Because they've already filmed a large part, I think, of it.
Are you gonna watch it in the
Is it
movie
gonna
theater?
have like any different plot? Do you think, or is it gonna be just the same? Like this, a big criticism of this movie was that it's a retread of the first Avatar movie. Are we gonna get another one that feels like another retread of now they're going into battle? Because that's how it ended, where it's it kind of felt like if you were pitching this sequel, it was supposed to be more of a personal story about Jake trying to protect his family.
Yeah.
And then at the end would come to the realization that he can't.
Mm-hmm.
And that he has to, instead of trying to hide from the battle to protect his family, he basically just has to accept the fact that he can't
Do it all.
fully protect them, and the only way he's going to try to protect them is fully joining the battle against the humans.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems like you're leading into a third movie, which is going to be, I guess, just fighting the humans, or are we just going to skip ahead and some other thing is happening?
It's gonna be in space. Avatar in space.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think you're going to get to that point. It's just going to be more of them fighting.
In Pandora itself.
Yeah. And then is it just going to be them with the sea people from now on?
Or probably it's gonna move into a different place.
They have to learn their ways.
Mm-hmm. An Earth, should I say, an Earth Navi who lives underground, I guess. And they're connected to like all, should I say, animals under the earth or something like that. Badger moles, as I call them, earth-bending animals. I don't know. Like I didn't enjoy it that much, unfortunately. It's not like the first Avatar when I saw it. And here's the funny thing: I saw the first Avatar in the Philippines, and I remember I watched it in this mall called SM Santa Rosa, and the movie theater was like really clear and like really bright, and it's HD, and I can appreciate like the colors and all. Like this movie theater underwhelmed for me for some reason. Like I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, I guess I got what I paid for. So there's that.
So how many other kinds of Navi do you think there are? So I think you could kind of think of the Navi from Avatar 1 as being Gwyn, because they use the
No, they're
flying
from the
ones.
forest. They're from the
But
forest.
they're from the forest, but they use the flying ones, and they live in the floating rocks.
Yeah, the forest. No, remember they also went to the grasslands.
Mm-hmm. I'm just
Grasslands.
saying, if you're trying to apply Last Airbender
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, then they should be the air Navi. Then
Probably there's an actual air navi.
the sea Navi are the water. Next would be Earth,
Earth underground navi.
and then fire.
Fire. Volcanic navi.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of animals do we
And
have?
then they're gonna have to all join together.
Mm-hmm. And these are all the Pokemons they. And for some reason the animals. Well, the fish can fly. Because it's a swordfish, I think, or flying fish,
Mm-hmm.
based on the flying fish. But I don't know. Like I'm okay with it. I guess. If you guys want to watch it, like it's up to you guys. But I suggest save your money. But this guy said, "Oh, watch it. Go ahead and watch it," or something.
Okay. So any other thoughts?
Not any. Just save your money. Wait for it to come out on Disney Plus, I guess, or Netflix, or wherever, or probably on YouTube if it's available for rent. But it's not something I'd go out for in the movie theater. Especially money is hard to come by these days. So yeah, save your money. That's what I'm gonna tell you guys. What about you?
I think it's if you're interested, I would say it's worth seeing in theaters.
Hopefully you guys enjoy this spoiler review. Don't forget to give this video a like, a share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section. And we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.